Let's see. So Victor says, can you put base coat over epoxy primer? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Normally, epoxy primer is good to be, having a 2K filler primer coat on top of it, some sort of polyurethane primer on it, urethane primer, like a 2K filler primer. But, if you want to finish off with an epoxy primer, you can absolutely do that. Make sure it's thick. Make sure you lay it on thick. Make sure you sand it. You take it down with a DA to at least a 320 grit, and then you wash it down with a 400 grit. You can go wet or dry. I like to finish a lot of my primer cutting and clear coat sanding with 400 grit sandpaper wet before I spray over it. So like the brand new Tesla project that we have here, that all I'm going to be doing is scuffing the clear coat down 400 grit. Of course, I have some rock chips in the front end, a couple of little dents around it. It's a 2020 Tesla. I have a hard sanding line of like 4 to 5 layers. I'm having a tough time getting it to sand out smooth. Do I go on top of the line or behind? So if you have a hard line, I'm thinking it's like primer buildup. Like, what do you mean by you have a hard sanding line? So I'm assuming you taped it up. You taped the section. You sprayed a lot of primer or whatever coats you got on it. Took the tape off. You got like a big hard line right there, right? So if you got something like that, I would use like a 320 grit to just feather it and put your DA over it. Make sure you're on one side 50% and the other side 50%, and you're just cutting it flat, smoothing, feathering it out. Once that's done, you could just wet sand, smooth with 400 grit, and then you could be painting. You could paint right over that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. Is this making sense, guys? Okay, let's see. Damon Brown, what's up, Damon? What the small compressor can you paint with? I'm thinking of trying to sand and paint my El Camino for the first time. So, Damon, I highly recommend. I would guess you're not a VIP member or you're not subscribed to the Autobody and Paint newsletter. So I would highly recommend go to that link. I just posted it. Download your free Autobody manual, and then check out Learn Autobody VIP. We show you everything exactly step by step, A to Z, what you need to do to bang out amazing paint jobs from home with small or large air compressors. And the book inside of that free book that I give you, it's all there. And there's also links from in the PDF book that take you to videos on my YouTube, that take you to videos on the website, and it just helps you out all around. You're going to love that. So actually, that answer to that question is in that manual, and it's pretty easy to find. So hopefully that helps. It's going to be a lot better for you to go through that than me explaining it to you here. It's already there, documented, pictures, videos, links. It's all there for you. Okay. Again, it depends on if you're going to be doing the El Camino at one shot or in stages. You know what I mean? But I have painted complete cars with a 33-gallon air compressor. It's just a little tricky because you have to play catch up and kind of wait until your air compressor fills up again to continue painting. It's not the best way to do it, but it is possible and it can be done. And I've done it quite a few times. What is a good base coat color for a Burple paint, silver or gold? I would say silver. Depending on the tone you want. Do you want like a darker tone or a brighter? You can go with a darker silver, a darker gunmetal silver, or a lighter silver. And then, of course, your coats of, I don't know if you're using a candy Burple or is it a base coat? I'm not sure. But with candy, the more layers you do, the darker it's going to be. And we're going to be playing around with candies and, pink base coats and all that type of stuff with this Tesla project. It's going to be part pink and navy. So it's going to look pretty crazy. It's been painted a couple times, so there's layers. I see. So you're going to want to feather those layers out, and then you're going to want a 2K fill prime all that to get it to one solid foundation, unless you want to spend hours and days basically sanding everything down to metal and then doing an epoxy primer and then doing 2K filler primer on top of that. And then, getting ready for paint. Again, it depends on how much body work you got. If you got any body filler that you have to do. Again, everything is documented in Learn Autobody and Paint VIP as well, guys. So check it out. But first, grab your free guide at learnautobodyandpaint.com. Of clear and hardener, say PPG hardener with one finish clear. I have done it, and most of the times you're not going to have a problem. But I would say if you're going to be mixing brands of paint, at least stick with the same clear coat kit and then the base coat kit. So if you're doing like a PPG base coat or a House of Color base coat or whatever other brand base coat, you can no problem put any type of clear coat on top of it. You can use a DuPont clear coat, you can use a PPG, you can use Nason, Omni, you could use House of Color, you can use, whatever brand of clear coat you can put on top of it. As far as mixing different clear reducers are not that much of a big deal because reducers are pretty much the same. So you can easily use a PPG reducer for a DuPont clear coat or a base coat. Okay, the reducers are the same. The hardeners, so I have once mixed a different hardener brand with a clear coat and it curled instantly. I forget what it was. I think it was a DuPont product and a cheap clear kit, a cheap clear coat activator, hardener, that I had on the shelf, some extra. I ran out of hardener and I needed some extra hardener and I used a different brand hardener, a cheap brand, like an $80 a kit, crap. Maybe it was just that hardener was bad. I don't know. But as soon as I mixed it into the clear coat, the whole thing just started curling right there. And it just turned, the whole batch was bad. So I had to pause my paint job literally. And I didn't have, the shops next door didn't have extra clear. I was literally pretty much screwed. It was at night. And I had to just let it dry and redo the paint job the next day. Just sand it down quick, rebase it, and clear coat it. So, yeah. How do you keep the garage so clean? I have overspray everywhere on everything. Well, believe it or not, there is overspray over everything on my walls. If you look closely, like it's a little gray around that air compressor, and I got overspray on stuff. Believe me, it looks clean, but my bench is shot. I don't do painting in here every week. It's not like I'm painting every week, but I think a big key is that you have great ventilation. So you have a good fan setup where it's taking out that overspray as quick as possible. That's a big key, and I have a pretty hefty fan setup here. House of Color clear all the time, zero problems, like you said. Yeah, absolutely. So, I like House of Color clear coat, but I also like some of the Sherman-Williams clear coats. PPG has a great clear coat, the Deltron 2021. And also for a cheap brand, I like the Acme clear coat, which is a cheap brand, but man, you get some pretty amazing finishes. Like these two bikes here were painted with that Acme setup. Robzilla says zero clear coat or flow coat. Which do you prefer? Is there a benefit other than more protection on flow coat? Well, if you're doing candies, metallics, flakes, pearls, a flow coat will make your paint look deeper. If you're doing any type of custom jobs. So if you're doing something custom, flow coats are great, but not necessary on basic paint jobs. A basic metallic, a basic pearl like this. Two medium heavy coats of clear coat is all you need, which gives you enough room for some color sanding and buffing as well. That's basically the standard, 2 coats of clear. Sometimes if you want, you can mix up some extra clear, go third coat, but it doesn't really do much. If you lay on clear coat well, you got 2 medium good, flow coats on, you're good. But like I said, candies, you may want to show cars, candies, show bikes, you want a deeper look, flow coat it. Sand it down with 800 grit, wet sand it with 800 grit. Make sure you don't cut too deep into the base, and then you can put 2 more coats of clear on it, and you're good to go. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week. Hit the like button. Cheers.